She's a recidivist. Recidivist. I'm learning to pronounce the word recidivism. Because my dog has been attacking me all day. I don't know. I'm trying to always wear lipstick. All right. Anyone there yet? I usually have a couple of viewers. 0 so far. Yeah, I'll wait and see. I hope you all can hear me. 0 viewers. At least that's what it says. If somebody's here, please post in the chat, because sometimes I see a number on my screen. It says 0. Okay, 1 viewer. Sometimes there's a number on my screen and it seems there are more people watching than I thought. Doesn't matter. It's usually a couple more. It's not usually a large number, but I'm going to try to stick to my topics today. I'm in a rambling mood, but I actually wrote a list because I'd like to, like Queen Ahmadiyya. I was introduced to Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur. She has her talk show. She's on, I think, every day. I don't watch her every day, but I've been watching some of her. She'll have a list of the things she's going to cover in the show that day, and she sticks to her list. She goes down the list. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to write a couple of things that I'm thinking about, that I'm, I guess that's what she does. She'll touch like a celebrity topic, and then, she'll skip around from different topics, but she'll say, okay, today we're going to discuss X, Y, Z. And she sticks to her list, X, Y, Z. And then the people chatting. I've got to do that, because otherwise, people are going to be like, oh, she's just blabbing about a lot of things. And, some of the topics may interest you, some may not. So at least give you an idea what I'm going to be talking about. So I put my lipstick on. I had lip injections about a year ago. I had little poofy lips, but, the lip injection wear off. Maybe I'll get some more, or maybe I'll just give up at this point, There's not much I could do. I saw a picture of myself. I'm just putting now until more people come on. I saw actually a video of myself yesterday. I went to an event. The House Representative of District 109, Florida House Representative, came to talk at a church that I helped set it up. So it was very nice. I set up the little reception for her. Democrat. She's a Democrat, but that, it's very important that the politicians come and speak in the community. So anyway, so I gave my godson my cell phone. I said, look, just take some pictures, take a picture of the lady, take a picture of the lady speaking with the pastor. He's just 9, so he didn't know who was who. But I said, just take pictures of all these people and talking to each other, He got a few pictures of me, and I'm just like, I know that I'm aged. I mean, it's not a secret. I've been seeing myself age because I've been on social media since 2008, approximately 2007. So I've seen myself aging, but those pictures yesterday, and then the particular lighting, you could see every little wrinkle. Oh, he got a side view of me, and I saw him. So I wonder, sure, I could get my lip injections and my Botox, but I think the thing about the lip injections and Botox at this age, it gets to a point where you're just wrinkled. You're really, really not worth trying anymore. But I'm still at a point, I think, that with little Botox and little lip injections, I could still look a little better. But, it's going to get to a point where I say, why bother? I mean, Botox is less expensive than it used to be, but it's still not cheap. And, that helps my forehead a little bit, but the skin is already saggy. So there's really no way to get rid of saggy skin. You get some crow's feet, you put a little Botox, but once the sag is there, that's it. Your skin has stretched, and the only way to resolve that is surgery, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go under a knife. I'm willing to do other stuff that's, non-invasive, but I'm not going to go under a knife. There's even this, but it's kind of invasive, these threads they put in and it's not a doctor, an esthetician can do it. I don't know how they do it. And I know a lady that I used to go to facials. I haven't been there in a while. And she got trained in doing these threads. She said, "Oh, you should try the threads." And I said, "Oh, maybe sometime, but I think I'm just going to leave it." But anyway, but without lipstick or something, I have no lips. It's like I'm like a Muppet from Sesame Street. They have no lips, so I try to at least put lipstick on, or I'm going to try to at least always be wearing lipstick. And this is that 24-hour stuff that doesn't wear off. I don't know where I just put it. Anyway, all right, who's here? Let me see how many people I have. 3 people, yay! It's a show. It's a full house. 3 people. Hiya. Hello, Katiana. Oh, yum. Oh, yummy. Seafood boil. I love the Cajun style. A Creole, and shrimp boil with those spices. And then they throw it onto a table. And the people just... and potatoes. One time I went to a Cajun. It was for Mardi Gras, but it wasn't in New Orleans. It was in actually Miami. I was in Miami. And I went to a Mardi Gras celebration, which was cooking New Orleans style foods. I don't know if it's fast food, but shrimp boil. And then they had just boiled potatoes. That's a great idea. They boiled the potatoes, but then the potatoes had all of these, it was like dunked in all of these Cajun style spices. So it was just a big potato that you just ate like in a napkin, just eating, which I actually eat. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Oh gosh, someone's going to take that flip but I got to be careful with my gesticulations. I have to be very careful. I'm going to try to, the British people speak like this, and they'll sometimes make, I'm going to try to be a little bit more British, British people speak very calmly. It's more pleasant, to be honest. You go to Argentine families, especially those descended from Italy, Italian descent, which is, oh God, loud and scream, and talking, and people think they're yelling, and they're not. That's normal for them. The Greeks, these hand gestures, some people find it unappealing to speak to someone, so like that, and especially if you're hyperactive like I am. So I really have to just for the, believe it or not, this is actually a bit apagada, a little bit shut down. I'm not a little bit negative. From the day I was born, I've always been a little bit negative. I've never been happy, like happy, ecstatic, except when I've been in a bipolar. I got diagnosed by one doctor, but bipolar disorder. Who knows? And it could be, yeah, because sometimes I'll be like eating up. Now I'm not ever euphoric anymore. I'm just, that can make me happy for a little while. If I, like if I see my godson playing, it makes me happy. He's having fun, and it makes me happy to see him happy. But I've never been euphoric again after a certain age. I would got a little edge of depression on me. And right now, I had to actually go back to, now there's reasons for it, and I'm not going to spend all this time talking about depression. I mean, we have this war going on, 2 wars now. That kind of depresses everyone a little bit, whether we realize it or not. We're all affected. I'm not going to get into the politics of it. It's just war is sad. And when America is involved, even though we're not involved yet, ground troops or anything, but it's sad, and we're seeing videos of people suffering from both sides, and from all sides, and so collateral damage, I guess some would call it. Well, for a better call, But anyway, let's not get into it. I do enough politics everywhere else. I like YouTube to be the non-political, or we get into topics that could be controversial, but I try to keep it. We could throw in our little opinions on both sides, but to have the fights, let's go to other my other social media. You're welcome to follow me elsewhere, but I want to have at least one place where I don't get into two. And I even really didn't want to get into politics at all on this channel, on any YouTube channel. But I kind of have slipped into it on this channel. But on the other two, I'm not going to, well, obviously a sewing channel, which I haven't touched. I got to get, all right. All right, I have my list. Stick to the list. So number one, my dog attacking me since this morning. I woke up, she was happy. Now, it always is connected with the food that triggers her, but she eats, the food is gone, she's finished eating, but she remains angry for like hours and hours. And now I give her a little snack again, because it's been a few hours. She didn't eat a lot this morning, and I don't want her to be hungry. So anyway, she's been in timeout like 5 times, and then she'll be barking because she wants to come out. Now she's in there and she's quiet. And I give her, I'm going to go peek on her. I gave her pain medicine for dogs, that the gabapentin it's called. It's for dogs. Because, the doctor said she might be experiencing headaches because she does have her condition, hydrocephaly, which she's medicated for, but it doesn't cure it. It's still there. It kind of helps it a little bit. The doctor doesn't suggest operating. He says, I gave her the pain medicine. It's like aspirin for dogs, which I usually don't give her because she hates the flavor. I think I'm gonna ask the dog if he has a pill instead of the liquid form that she like. And then I got to hold her mouth shut and make sure she swallows it. And then, I wait a while, then I let her go, and she starts spitting what she can. She swallowed most of it, but she'll be like that and put it. So I hate that stuff because I know she doesn't like it, but I'm thinking maybe if she's got a headache, maybe that's helping. How can I know? That's the problem with dogs, can't tell if they're in pain or not. So so I started giving it to her. Hello. I took her outside, maybe to distract her a little bit, and she was attacking me outside, not. And, I know her, so I'm cautious, but I have to be careful because she bites very hard, like I mentioned before. So anyway, I'm going to go peek on her 1 minute and see what's going on. If she's good, I can let her out, and she's not barking, so she might have just lied down for a little sleep. Oops. No, see, she saw me, she started growling. So I just, part of me is thinking I could become a millionaire putting her on Instagram because she's so mean. It's funny, because she's so sweet. You see her. Sometimes I'll hold her and she's just this limp little thing, and I'm holding her and she licks me, she kisses me, and then, give her food and she turns into a monster. But no, people are going to think, oh, you mistreat that dog. That's why your dog is like that. And so I don't want to have to deal with things that aren't true. I did yell at her last night. I yelled at her really loud. I didn't know what else to do. I can't hit her, I do sometimes grab her because I'm afraid to pick her up, because if she gets a hold of me, so I grab her by the scruff. She's very light. She's only 6 pounds, like how a mother dog would grab her, and I take her and I put her inside the timeout, but I have to hold her far away. Like a snapping turtle, you got to hold a snapping turtle very carefully. I don't suggest picking up a snapping turtle, but the experts who, are wildlife people, they have to know how to pick up a snapping turtle and make sure that it doesn't snap. It got really long necks. It can whip back and bite you. So I'm careful. Or sometimes I grab her like from the rib cage and like just make sure she's away from my face. I really don't want to get bitten again. I learned my lesson. I thought, oh, she's 6 pounds, she won't hurt me. I put my hand and I should have taken a picture just because you guys won't believe my whole hand blew up. It looked like a balloon, like a hand balloon. It's still, let me see if the scar is gone. So she's a recidivist. She will never be cured. I put her in jail in her timeout pen. She'll start barking. I might let her out. She might be good for a while. Then she attacks again. So I hear her nibbling. I'm just going to leave her alone. She's not barking. She's quiet. So I think I'll leave it alone. So that's number one. Now, what was the next topic? Oh, I'm going to buy mega sours. Josh and Josh is one of the people who watches my channel on YouTube, on this channel. And I don't know if he watches the other ones. We're going to do we wanted to use the candy called Black Death, but we can't find it. We looked, I went to the website. It's a candy from England. If the dehumidifier is bothering you, let me know. So I'm going to make the purchase now of those mega sour candies, which is reading the reviews, they're apparently very sour as well. Black Death. I hate that name, but that's what it's called. That candy is supposedly the one that you're supposed to get, but we can't find it. So we'll buy the one that we saw on Amazon. He's going to buy some and I'm going to buy some. So here, Amazon.com. And while I'm on there, I'm going to go with my credit card. I'll get the freeze-dried candy that someone had mentioned to me. I may as well get both. So. Life. I don't know. Some people have it figured out better than others. So, all right. So here we go. Amazon. And I actually have an account. Let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I can remember the password. I might have to change the password. You know how you forget the passwords and you don't always keep them. Let me see if I can find. I do have a list of passwords somewhere. Let me see. But let me see if I can. I have a seller's account on Amazon, but I don't know if that's the same account. I don't have a password. Let me see. There's a seller's account. I haven't sold on Amazon in a while, though. Okay. All right, let's see if that works. Let me see here. That one, and the password is... Wait a second. If it's still the same one, I hope that's it. Sign in. Let's hope it works. No, I must have, for added security. Oh, it sends something to my phone for the first time login. We go. I used to sell fabric. I would sell fabric and my do-rag sewing pattern. For like $10. Not now. Okay. All right, I'm logged in. Oh, I'm in. Okay. There we are. Okay. 4 people. Okay, so mega sour. Okay, I'm gonna go Black Death candy, but then the other stuff comes up. Yeah, it's Barnett's mega sour. We have raspberry flavor. Oh, what are the other flavors? Super lemon. There's a Japanese extreme super sour lemon flavored 3-layered intense candy challenge. Let's try that. Freeze-dried starbursts. Kind of expensive, the freeze-dried stuff, but I do want to try it. We have taffy. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. Black cherry chews, toxic waste, hazard. There's one called toxic waste, hazardously sour candy. Let me look at that one as well. And I want to look at some of the reviews. 66% 5-star reviews. See customer reviews. All right, toxic waste 3-pack, toxic waste original drums. Let's see. It was supposed to be the most sour candy on the market. Is good, but mega warheads are definitely so. Yeah, it's not as sour as But let's see the reviews on that. Oh, I'll let you guys see what I'm looking at. Let me share the screen. Share screen. Should I share the whole in the window? I'll share just the tab. I can share the tab, or I can share them. Okay, I'll share just what I'm looking, just the one. All right. So if I go here, you guys see that. Okay, I gotta make sure. So, okay, freeze-dried Cosmo cubes. Okay, but this is the one. Let's see these reviews. See, it's only got 4-star rating, but all right, see customer reviews. This is me from beyond the grave. Oh, okay. It really is the most sour candy I have ever had. I have looked for some of the most sour candies my entire life. This peaked it. Okay, so this is comparable to Black Death. It's not the one that's got all the, what's that? Magic Mind, Focus Energy. Okay, so some compare this to toxic waste. Nah, that's sugar compared to this. Yeah, toxic waste doesn't sound like. My boyfriend never makes faces for sour or spicy foods, and he made some faces. Okay, all right, it sounds like it could be a good comparable one. Are you kidding me? If you want sour, these are it. I guess I didn't want it bad enough. I think okay, I don't need to go into detail. You guys can see what he wrote. These things are intense. My wife and daughter who love sour candies were afraid to try them after my reaction. Okay. All right, it sounds like they're pretty sour. I found them horribly sour, like spit them out, pucker the mouth sour. My boyfriend liked them. Go figure. Okay. All right, so they sound like they're sour enough. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Oh, yes, apparently you are. Okay, I never trust toxic waste. So apparently toxic waste is all talk. It's not really that sour. All right. So read reviews that mention. Okay, so I'm going to buy them. But there's raspberry. How do I get back to Barnett's Mega Sour Watermelon? There's two. There's watermelon. I wish it weren't so expensive, though. And they're hard candies, which aren't really my favorite. I like chewy better, but all right. I want to keep. All right, so can I get a? And which, if anybody, I think it was you, Katiana, who told me about the freeze-dried candies. They're Skittle, but they're so expensive. My goodness. These I have tried. These Warheads, they're pretty sour. Not beyond the grave soured, but what I liked about these galactic cubes, that they left my tongue completely, black blue, like the color of the. So that was funny. Who keeps texting me? I get a lot of spam. Another spam. Sometimes I get excited. Oh, maybe it's a man from my past who realized. You always can dream. I dream it's a man from my past who hurt me terribly, that he now realizes that I'm the love of his life, and out of the blue he texts me. But for like a split second, every time I hear it ding, and then it's a spam. But I kind of live a bit of a fantasy. Realize that, oh my goodness, that was the love of my life. I just didn't realize it for the 1 or 2, months that we were together, or whatever amount, 6 months, 8 months. I usually don't last a year with anyone. A couple, but anyway, I don't date anymore, except I have my boyfriend in Maryland, period. That's all he's my boyfriend. I don't live with him anymore, but I visit him. I visit him twice within the past less than 3 months. I visited him twice. I'm going to see him again at Thanksgiving. You know, that's a boyfriend, a long distance boyfriend that I visit regularly. And I am going to visit. Okay, anyway. All right, so let me see then. I'm going to get the Skittles. I wish I could get a cheaper one, though. Couldn't they sell me less? Sour pink Cadillacs. I wonder how sour these are. These look like they're regular sour. Bean Boozled Jelly Belly Fiery 5 bag. Oh, here's a Fiery 5. This is probably super spicy, hurts your mouth. This one is Jelly Belly Bean Boozled Fiery 5 bag. Let's see. The Jelly Belly, 5 out of 5. The flavor is enjoyable. They managed to capture the essence of their spicy inspirations with remarkable accuracy. Now onto the heat. It's the real deal. This bag of jelly beans is not for the faint at heart. Well, I don't want to... I sometimes buy hot tamales. They're cinnamon flavor. You may be leery about all the flavors, but I find myself enjoying them. Yeah, if you like spicy. I've actually had spicy candy, tamarind candy. Price cannot be beat for the 49 flavors. Wow. I add these 2 birthday cards in my senior living community. It's fun to guess the flavors. Yeah, those look like they're fun. Who doesn't love a snack while watching their fave childhood movie? All right, apparently they're spicy jelly beans. How hot are they? Bean Boozled.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex from AlexTC, and today I'm going to be doing a taste test and review of the Bean Boozled Fiery 5 Challenge. So I'm not going to lie, I did try these once, and yeah, they were not fun. So on the back, as you can see, we have 5 spice levels and 5 different jelly beans. So we have the first one being sriracha, which is the lowest, then it goes jalapeno, then cayenne pepper, habanero pepper, and Carolina Reaper, which that doesn't sound fun at all. So I'm just going to pick one randomly. I'm not going to, I'm not going to try all of them because I'm too scared. But I'm just going to pick one randomly and tell you how it tastes. Okay, jalapeno. That doesn't seem bad. I'll try that one. See, even like that one's spicy to me. Like, it's not the worst, but it's still spicy. Yeah, this is a really fun game that I played with my family over vacation this summer. And if you like jelly beans and you want to put yourself to the test for the spice challenge, then I'll definitely recommend it. It's really fun. Just be careful because the hottest one is really, really, really hot. With the jalapeno one, it's not that bad, but it's still hot. Yeah, definitely gonna recommend it. It's a fun challenge. So yeah, really cool.
All right, today I'm excited. I just got my
Okay, I'm back. I have to take myself off the stage because I think that the mic will pick up the feedback if I don't get off the stage and cancel the mic. Okay, I'm not going to get those hot, spicy ones. All right, let's just get to it. It's just the price is kind of bothering me. 15. If I could, because like, look, if I get these, that's really $15. I mean, if I had a job. So I think I wish they would sell a smaller. Let's see. Let's see these. These must have video reviews. I think for now, where are the video reviews? Magic Mind Focus Energy Drink. That's all. Review with images. That other one had a nice Final Boss Sour, the ultimate snack with real food. Let's see those. Oh, those are $19.99. All right. There's only 3 reviews. No sugar added. All natural. Okay, that sounds good. At least they're a little bit healthier. So I didn't like the fake sugar garbage candy that I used to buy. This is all natural, super sour, perfectly sweet. Only want a level 4 sour to be added since I love the 3, but want the 4. Super sour, delicious, no added sugar. Buy these. Okay, so they're less unhealthy. Sour and more sour. Okay, so they sound like they're pretty sour. It only has 3 reviews, but those are more expensive than the other ones. Well, I can't afford it. I mean, being able to afford something is relative. I don't pay rent. And I could make a video. I could do an ASMR video and make money off that. Okay, final ball. Oh, here's the freeze-dried variety pack. 69. Electrolytes. Bada bean, bada boom. Crunchy roasted broad bean snacks. All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna go to the mega sour one then. So that's that one. Let's just do it. I wish I could see a video review of these. Maybe I could find one on YouTube. But this is very sour, so apparently. But there was I'd like to try the watermelon one. Oh, here we go. $11.95 and they're cheaper. Mega sour apple bombs. Mega sour. Look at this. Half a pound, only $12.69. Barnett's mega sour, and it's multi-different fruit flavor. And then the sour fizz bombs. Oh, those sound fun. They're sour and they probably are like Pop Rocks. 500 grams. Oh, I almost want to try these, even though they're $20.85. You guys are not giving me any opinions. Okay. Let me look at the reviews on this. This only has 4 stars, though, but it's got 785 reviews. So let's see. I was excited to try these as I love sour candies. These are so sour I couldn't finish one candy. They tasted almost bitter. The candy under the coating is sweet, but I had a real problem getting to it. I had to spit them out after 30 seconds. I tried 3 times but couldn't finish one. If they tasted like something, it would be much better, but they don't. If you want to try them, go for it. So they're not. I've bought this Mega Shoe Fizz Bombs twice now, and they're still as good as the second time. They're everything I was hoping they would be more. They're fun, super sour, and then sweet. Yeah, the sour coating is the malic acid. They just overload the malic acid on the outside coating. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm trying to get comfortable here. All right. Love them. Really sour. These are what Warheads candy want to be when they grow up. They were Prime eligible, so I got them in a couple of days, and I liked them so much I ordered them a second time. Okay, so these get good reviews. Mouth scrubbing fizz. See, I like that. They're sour and they fizz. As much as I am an aficionado of sour candies, I hesitate to recommend these as they are so strong that they will cause harm if not consumed with extreme caution by responsible adults. I strongly discourage anyone under 13 from having them at all. Yeah, no, I agree. You don't want to be pranking people with these. You know, can you imagine, like, I'm such a candy holic, and apparently a lot of people are, that I need that next high. It's like a drug addict. You know, they start with something, and then they want to get something more, and they want to try something more and more, and they just get worse and worse. I think I've gotten to that point. I've become a candy addict. It's funny, but it's not. You know, my teeth are almost gone. I mean, I still have teeth, but, you know. I made a mistake of ordering during a heat wave, and the candies arrived partly melted, but that's on me. All right, the good stuff. These candies are amazingly sour. If anything, calling the mega sour might be an understatement. Okay, these sound fun, and they're also fizzy. See all buying options. I might try these. Okay, that's $20 though, but how many do I get? Oh, it's a pound. And they're different flavors, and look how pretty they are. All different colors. I wish they weren't hard candies, but oh, you could get a 1.1 pound pack of one. What's $240? What's that for? For resale? Like if you buy them 3-pack. I don't understand this. It's vegan. Oh, it's vegan, you guys. I don't understand though. Okay, this one's only $10 for the sour raspberry. Oh, and it's a fizz bomb too. And it's only $10. 200 grams. Here I get 500 grams, but I don't need that many, you know. I think I'll go for this one. And it's also a fizz bomb. So, all right. I'm going to put this in the cart. I'll put this one in the cart. I haven't actually bought it yet. Add to cart. There we go. So that's one. Sour raspberry. Sounds yummy. Oh, you can pick. See available options. Watermelon. I'd have to buy a whole pound. That's the 500. I'd have to get that one. Gluten-free. I could only get this one, so the price would be... Where's the price? I can't figure it out. Hey, how come it's not in my cart? Watermelon belt candy. All right, you know what? Sour Jacks. Okay, I gotta stop. This is my problem. There's so many to choose from that I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed here. So, okay, here we go. It's in the cart. This one is watermelon. We have lemon. We have mixed fruit. See available options. Oh, look, pack of one. How come I can't? I don't. Okay, let me see. What's in my cart? How much are those? No, I don't want to start. Okay, just in case, I'm going to take you off the screen now. Just in case. I don't think there's any personal information. Oh, hi there. Hi, Desmond. Thank you. Looks good. All right, let me see what's in my cart. I'm not going to start Prime yet. Actually, my boyfriend has Amazon Prime. Maybe I could have him order it or ask him to give me his. Okay, yeah, the mega sour assortment is $13.49. And I don't know if those are the fizzy ones, though. Oh, and they're coming from UK. So, yeah, I think, well, with the shipping and all, it's... Oh, do I get free shipping if it's over a certain price? Shipping and handling is $0. Let me see if I take those out. They'd be coming in November. Okay, well, let me throw in some of that freeze-dried candy as long as I'm... Okay, I'm on the screen now. Let's see. Freeze-dry. Alrighty, hang on. Let me go back to... Oh, goodness. How do I get out of the screen here? Amazon. How do I get back to my, I'll just go to there. All right, I'll just go back to the home page. And all right, freeze-dried candy. Let's do that next. Freeze-dried candy. Okay, we have freeze-dried milk chocolate vanilla nougat candy. Oh, that sounds yummy. Vanilla nougat chocolate. And then we have freeze-dried Skittles. Freeman heads. They're freeze-dried lemon heads. 12. Let's try that. Let me see the reviews on that one. One moment. I know you guys can't see it, so. Freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers. Space Sharks. Freeze-dried candy variety pack. It's just so expensive. I usually pay 99 cents, $2, $3 at most when I'm splurging for candy. You know, I get at the Walgreens. I never spend a lot of money on candy. I just get the, but freeze-dried Starbursts, Cosmo Cubes. All right. The Skittles look kind of cool. Freeze-dried Spaceballs. Okay. Fruit candy. All right, let me just find. Can I sort by cheapest, low to high? Let's do that. Okay, Jolly Rancher. But it's not freeze-dried. Sour Patch Watermelon. Where's the freeze-dried, though? This is regular candy. Okay, here we start the freeze-dried. Freeze-dried candy corn. Oh, okay. It's Halloween time. Although this stuff is supposed to arrive in November, at least the sour candies, because they're coming from the UK. Bit of honey. Oh, that. 2 ounces, $5. Laffy Taffy, Pear Drops. That bit of honey. You know, I love bit of honey. The chewy stuff. Freeze-dried is crunchy. Freeze-dried Airheads. Oh, I can't choose. I mean, they all look so delicious. Oh, my mouth is watering. Rainbow Bites. Okay, I think I'm just going to pick the cheap ones. Candy Frittles, which is freeze-dried Skittles. Okay, I think what I'll do is get... I think I'll get the Skittles. The bit of honey looks good. I'm going to get the bit of honey. Freeze dry. And I'm going to get a... I guess I'll get a Skittle. $6.85. 3.2. Red Hots. All right. I'm going to get the Skittle. Watermelon xylitol candy chips. Okay. Starburst minis, which I guess would be, yes, some Starburst. Okay, that's enough. Wait, the candy corn looks so cool, though. I kind of want the candy corn, too. I think I'll take out the candy corn. Wait a minute. Lemon salt and lemon powder Mexican candy. All right. I like the look of that candy corn. Pear drops. All right. Okay, I just gotta do it. Enough. I did freeze-dried candy corn. It'll arrive October 24th. Arctic. Tootsie Roll, freeze-dried Tootsie Roll. Oh my gosh, I cannot. You know what? I should just get the variety pack. No, it's too expensive. 16. All right, enough. Chamoy. Crunchy clusters. Okay. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, enough. Enough. I've ordered. I think I'll throw in the candy corn and that's it. Okay, I'm getting the Barnett's Mega Sour Fizz. I'm getting the all right. You know what I should do? I should be snapping gum while I'm buying candy. Anyway. Anyway, I'm getting ready to finish this. Where's the candy corn? Let me throw that in there and then just splurge. Where is it? Here it is. Add to cart. Done. They're not all from the same place. Those Mega Sours are going to be here in November, early November. So it'll be a while. But all right. There we go. I don't want to ask my friend for his Prime. But he is an Amazon Prime member. But it's free shipping anyway. So I'll just leave it. Proceed to checkout. There we go. No thanks. Let me see. With Prime, without Prime, minimum order requirements for free shipping. Yeah, I don't watch the video. Get free 2-day shipping with Prime. That's fine. The only thing I would get out of joining, I don't watch videos and stuff, so it's not worth it to me. But and I still get free shipping. Oh no, I do have to pay shipping for some of them. It's not that much, but we're giving you I can join Prime free for 30 days. But then, they're going to make you Tuesday, October. Okay, Thursday. Okay, I only have to pay shipping. It's free shipping on the stuff it's free shipping for the sours. I don't have to pay shipping for those, but I get them in November. And I have to pay for shipping for the bit of honey. Well, then you know what? I'm not gonna get the stuff that's ridiculous. I'm gonna take out the ones that I have to pay shipping for. So I'm gonna take out the candy corn, and I'm gonna take out the bit of honey. I'll just get the freeze-dried Skittles. All right. So let me go back here. Where's my cart? How do I get them out? Take them out of the cart. Here we go. So that one. Buy. Delete that one because I don't want to pay shipping on anything. The shipping is almost as much as the item. So, and this candy, I got to take out the candy corn. Delete that one. Okay. So the freeze-dried candy is supposed to arrive October. Oh, I have to pay shipping on the freeze-dried candy. Unless I join Prime. And I don't want to join Prime. It won't be worth it to me. So let's delete that. I could have my boyfriend order them for me. So I think I'll do that. And he is a member of Prime. So, and I get free shipping on the Mega Sours. So I'm just buying the Mega Sours. And it's not too bad, the price, But with all the shipping, it was ridiculous. So free shipping, and I'm getting the Barnett Mega Sour Raspberry Fizz and the Mega Sour Assortment, which I don't know if it's fizzy or not. But we'll get the fizz from the other one. All right. So Please snap gum. No, let candy go. Looks good. We still love you. I won't snap gum right now. Only because I'm about to talk about my next topic is going to be some trans people. I watch a lot of trans people on YouTube, and I realize just like with every other community, you have people that are moderate, you have far right people who are transgender who are far right politically, and some who are left. I don't really watch the left trans people, but I've been watching, the conservative trans people who are really moderate, because obviously you can't be too far right if you're trans, because it's kind of you can be an independent thinker. And some of them don't talk politics at all that I just find adorable. There's one I discovered. Her name is Alexis Blake. She's from Britain. And she's a trans woman. And I find her so pleasant. I really, I would be friends with her. Like, if she lived nearby, I would be friends with her. And I don't have a lot of women friends in real life. I have friends like some of you who watch me on YouTube. I guess I would consider you, in a way, friends, even if we've never met. And then Blair White is far right, and she's a transgender woman. And then one that we watched the other day. I'm going to be focusing on women today. We watched the trans man the other day, Buck Angel, and another trans man who's relatively conservative. He's moderate, and he's not American, though. Marcus Dibb is from Denmark. But as far as Americans, we have Buck Angel and Blair White. And then, the other trans people I watch are from other countries. But, Dylan Mulvaney. Is that his name? He's very controversial. I believe he's on the left. He doesn't really talk politics, but he's gotten dragged into trans woman. She. But see, it's a she. She's a woman, but uses the name Dylan, which is still kind of a man's name, which also is what confuses me sometimes. But and I actually like Dylan Mulvaney. Anyway, we're going to do the purchase. Let me finish purchasing this, and I'll get to the topics and tell you why I find Alexis so adorable. Alexis, what's her name again? Alexis Blake. Look her up. She's just a sweet, nice lady, just like a normal. She's very feminine. She's had to go through, the process. I don't know if she's had some work done surgically, but just a lovely, lovely lady. And why I think, and then it's going to lead into why I think there is room for trans women in the women's community, maybe not necessarily feminist, because, you have the trans exclusionary feminists now that they want to be feminists, but they exclude trans women in the feminist movement or in the women's movement, which I think they should rethink that. I mean, granted, there are some, I still believe the sports part. Anyway, we'll get into that. Let me make the purchase. All right, so place your order. Place order. There. Okay, I'm getting the sours. Where do I pay? There's some apple bombs, extremely sour. Barnett's. I guess they're the next best thing to Black Death. Where do I pay, though? Order was placed, so it must have my card already in there, because I placed the order. I didn't even enter my information. What card did we use? I hope we used the card I was hoping to use. I guess there's still time to change it. I only just placed it. Order details. I just want to know which credit card I used. Oh, okay, I think I used it. Did I update it, though? Yeah, I used the card I wanted to use. Let me see what payment method I used. That one. Okay. All right. It was already in there. So, okay, the order's placed. I didn't mean to, but it's done. Oops. Let me get out of here. Wait a minute. All right. I guess I'm good. So let me go back here. Returns and orders. Let me see. This one, view order details. Okay, so I placed the order. I didn't realize that my information was already in there. I guess I must have bought something recently within the past year or so. Anyway, all right, good. Okay, done. I've placed the order for the sour candies. So Josh, if you're in the audience, I placed my orders. I'm getting the ones from Barnett. I bought the Barnett Mega Sour Raspberry Fizz Bombs, 200-gram bag, and I bought the Mega Sour Assortment, which I believe is not fizzy. Let me see. I didn't read the reviews. Let's have a quick look at that. So it's an assortment of different flavors, so that's going to be fun. See customer reviews. Here we go. Hey, I can't get to it. Hang on. I just want to read a couple to see if those are also. I click on whatever in it. Why is this? It's not letting me click. Click. All right. I want to see customer reviews. Okay. Let me just read one or two things here. Okay, where's the review? It's not letting me click. I apologize. Okay, read reviews that mention. Okay. Package arrived in the cool shade, definitely sour on par with warheads and toxic waste. This person says it's not that. All right. Well, sour bath bomb for your mouth. I love sour candy. All right, I'll leave it. I already ordered it, so that's that. Okay, so that's done. Oh, I got to oh, I'm stuck. Oh my gosh, I can't move. Hang on, you guys. Oh, thank you, Desmond. Yeah, I feel like you guys are my friends, but bear in mind, true friendship, I mean, we have obviously like a connection if you've been watching me for a while. Some of you may have been watching me and think you're my friend and I don't know you exist if you've never commented. The same as I watch people like Alexis Blake. I think she's my friend. She doesn't know I exist because I've never commented on her channel. So, but I think she's my friend because she's so sweet. We'll watch one of her videos. And what I really like is that she's the kind of woman that tries to be nice and kind of keep the peace between people who think one way and who think another. She's understanding of the people who are critical of the transgender community, which she's more understanding than I am, because I think sometimes people are overcritical of if a transgender person, I think the issue comes with the fear of the children getting dragged into the whole thing. I have absolutely no issue whatsoever with anyone who does whatever they want, as long as children are left out of it. When you start transitioning children, although there are legitimately some children that are born in the wrong body, we have some famous people. I'm still hesitant when you're bringing children into the transitioning with all the arguments as to why you might want to do it before puberty and all that. But I don't know. I still think you got to wait until the child, you can let the child dress as she likes or he, growing up and all that. But I don't know. And there's arguments for both sides, but I think that a child is not mature enough to realize. And if you start, and I'm going to leave it at that. So my issue, which I haven't decided for sure either way, because I've looked at the arguments for both sides, is that when you're doing the child, the children thing. And also, yeah, the fear that there may be some, and not all, and I think there are, I actually, from what I see from Alexis Blake, for example, they're talking about adopting a child now. She has a boyfriend. They've been together. I guess they were together when he was still a male, and he's transitioned to female, and she's staying with the same boyfriend. So that's love between two souls that love each other. And it doesn't matter what the external is, apparently. So I would love to see them adopt a child. I think it's she's a sweet, I like how the way she speaks, she appears to be, I don't know her personally, so, and with the desperate need that there are for families, for foster children and children who are orphaned or whatever, of course, I'm all for it. So, but then you have and what really sold me on her was, of course, I won't hide. I've said this before, how against abortion I am in most cases, unless it's an extreme case of rape or I've repeated this many times. I'm not going to get into that whole, for the most part, I'm pro-life. Again, it's still woman's choice at the end of the day. It is the woman's right to choose to end. You are giving her freedom to murder. That's how I see it. It is legalized murder, and I still think it should be legal for a woman to choose to murder her child, but that's how I see it. Because the alternative is she's going to go get it done illegally, and it's not safe, and and all that. But I believe that a legal abortion is legalized murder. And that's how I see it. So I would strongly encourage you not to choose abortion. But we need to really be bringing that issue to light. Let's not sweeten it. Let's not make it easy. Let's say, oh, it's not a human being. It is a human being that you're killing legally, and I'm not going to judge you. Yes, I will judge you inside, but I'm, if you do it because, oops, oh, I didn't feel like using, and it was an accident, and, anyway, I don't want to get onto that, but her view on abortion is kind of similar to mine. It's a very sensitive approach. And some would say, well, who cares? You're still saying it's legal, so why not just, but it should be very rare. Abortion should be a rare choice to make, because we should be preventing unwanted pregnancy with contraception, is my view. So we've got to be responsible adults. And if you've been irresponsible and you accidentally got pregnant, well, then suck it up and have your child. And if you really don't want your child, give her or him up for adoption. Because there are a lot of people who want a young, brand new baby without without all the traumas, because unfortunately, the longer they're in the foster care system, the more traumas build up, and it's not the greatest system. It's not, we don't have the best foster parents. There aren't enough. But I don't think this, I don't want to get into it. I've repeated this a zillion times, so I'm not going to repeat it again. So her view is kind of similar to mine. And so now, they're talking, she says, unfortunately, I'd love to be able to have my own biological child, but I can't. So Liam is her boyfriend, are going to be adopting. I guess they're talking about it. I don't know how far along. And I'm thrilled. They're in England. We need foster parents here in the U.S. and adoptive parents here in the U.S. I wish she would adopt an American child, but she'll probably adopt, I guess, over there. I'm going to actually, I've never commented, but on one video, she talks about them, that they're going to adopt. I'm going to say, please apply to adopt an American child. If we have to send one of our children over there to have a beautiful life, so be it. Of course, we want our children to stay home. But if we have a beautiful, wonderful couple that can adopt an American child overseas, why not? We have Americans adopting children overseas. And as much as I know that children in other countries need parents too, I think that if you're American, you should be adopting American children. You should be helping us first. you know. But anyway, some say, well, because of the complications, and I believe in open adoption. That's another thing. I believe that you adopt the child and allow the biological mother to also be a part of the child's life. You're raising the child and you co-parent with the biological. If it's a nice, stable couple, sure, there are going to be complications, but that's how you work it out. You know, the biological mother is there if she wants to be in the child's life. If she's addicted to drugs or whatever, you know, of course you have to keep the child safe, but you know, incorporate the mother. If she's in rehab and she's trying, and say, look, and come see your child, you're off drugs now, look at what a beautiful child you've created, you know, and co-parent. And sometimes, yeah, maybe the mother gets her act together. Now, if you've legally adopted the child, then that's it. Unfortunately, I believe that there have been cases where the adoption gets overturned because the biological mother has gotten herself straightened out, or the biological parents. But the child should know that, look, how many people love you. Your biological mother couldn't raise you. She loves you. She wanted to, but she couldn't. But there she is. She fell into the wrong path. And just make it about the child, not about, it's my child, I adopted him, you can't have him. No, I think the child should know that more than one adult loves him and wanted him, you know. And so I don't know, but it's a whole, the mentality has to switch from feeling you own the child. The child is, yes, if the biological parents can raise the child, that's ideal. That's always best. But if you're going to be an adoptive parent, maybe be open to that. And, you know, knowing that what's best for the child is knowing that, yes, I was born to an imperfect mother. Like all of us, none of us is perfect. She went down the wrong path, and not in a judgmental way, because I saw it with my stepkids. Their mother was schizophrenic, did marijuana. I don't know. I believe she dabbled in other things too. She couldn't raise the children. She wasn't mentally well. And at first I was jealous, you know, I'm raising the kids, and she didn't have legal rights to see them. The courts had taken away her, well, she had actually signed over the rights to my ex-husband. And you couldn't keep them apart. The children knew where she lived. They were 6. They shouldn't be alone running across, you know, a few blocks away. She lived a few blocks away. And I finally realized, you know, my getting angry that the kids she's not allowed to see the kids, because I was jealous, you know, because I was with the father and I was raising, you know. And I finally realized, first of all, they're not mine. I'm just the stepmother. I have no legal right to them. And secondly, I don't have a moral right. They're not mine. I realized that the best situation was, because the mother loved her children. She just couldn't, you know, she had 4 kids, one after the other. My husband wasn't necessarily, after me being married to him, realized he was not the most supportive man in the world. So if she already had her issues, being with him didn't help. And then having 4 kids, one after the other, with very little time in between, is not mentally, you know, you get this postpartum depression sometimes. And as I matured, because I was, you know, not so mature mentally, when I realized the best situation for these children is the stability of our home, and having access to the mother, who was a woman who had been violent with other adults. But with her children, she had never, the danger was not so much that she would be physically violent herself to the kids, but the situations that her children could be in, being with a mother that hangs with not necessarily the greatest people, and that, you know, there were 2 little girls. All kids are subject, could be in danger of being SA. I won't say it, but I hope you understand what I mean. So, you know, the safety of having a roof over their head, food on the table every day, going to school, you know, so I ended up being the bad guy. You know, I had to make sure they did their homework. When they were bad at school, I would go to the school to talk to the teachers, you know, and she'd get the fun part. Oh, well, but they got to see her. She'd come over with a little juice. You know, she never had any money. She didn't help financially either. She really didn't. The only thing she had to give to her children was love, you know, and the example of what not to follow in some cases. And in hindsight, I wish I would have been more like that from the beginning. I realized that after a couple of years that, and trying to prevent them from seeing her, even though the law legally she was not allowed to see them unsupervised. But I realized that it was more dangerous not to, because the kids would sneak away. She lived, some blocks away, and they were still too young to be riding their bikes. Or sometimes she would come and she'd be on the corner and wait for them to come out, and or she'd go to the school, and what do you do? Call the police every single time, and the kids would cry because they wanted to see her because they missed her. So I finally said, whatever, we'd rather them not be sneaking off to see her and we don't know where they are. Just, oh, your mom's out there. Okay, go meet her on the corner and, go talk to her or whatever. So, yeah, and they turned out okay. They finished high school. They're not in drugs themselves. They were never in any dangerous situation. So anyway, that's what I feel about adoption. And, that's why if you're someone who's pregnant, I implore you not to abort your child. I know it seems impossible. And yeah, we need to give more support. Well, some would say, oh, the more support you give to single mothers, the more babies they're going to have. Well, no, because you give them the support. I'm working with the ministry now. I've been with the ministry for a few years. My friend, Pastor Pauline Sutton. I'm thinking of doing something, and I'm thinking about doing it. Here I go again, thinking about, and I actually have done work with the ministry, though. I haven't committed to a full-time sticking to it thing, but I do go to the events and volunteer and help her organize the events and stuff. Now we're doing a Thanksgiving for the homeless. We do it every year, so I'm helping organize that. And then after that, I'll go to Lexington, where my parents are, for Thanksgiving, because the Thanksgiving for the homeless isn't on Thanksgiving Day. It's a few days before. So we'll do the event, and then I'll go up there. And that's well attended. People come, and then there are booths which give them resources like drug addiction resources, HIV education. Every year we have different booths. And it's just a little table with someone passing out pamphlets, answering questions. HIV is back, you guys. It's not a death sentence anymore, but you should avoid getting it because it lowers your immunity to other diseases, and you got to take medicine for the rest of your life because there's still no cure. It's said, I think 1 or 2 people have been cured. I don't know, but it's not a curable disease. So HIV so you got to avoid it. Use condoms, you guys. And that's the bottom line. And which is what, although I'm working with the ministry, so, and it's quite conservative. It's actually more conservative than the Catholics, the one I happen to fall into. So they believe in no sex until marriage. But so I'll have to discuss it with the pastor, but I'll tell her, listen, they're sinning anyway. I mean, let's see, I'm not a devout, I don't judge people. You had sex before marriage. Most people have these days. It's not, but I'll tell her they're sinning anyway. We can tell them you have to wait until you're married, but people are doing so. Maybe at least we can inform them about, and also to prevent HIV and other diseases. Gonorrhea, which is resistant to antibiotics, is out now. There's a certain form. Use condoms. You young people out there, use condoms. Prevent unwanted pregnancy if used properly. It's quite effective. Prevent diseases, that are, an antibiotic resistant gonorrhea, which is syphilis, is the one that's very serious. Gonorrhea, I believe, but still, and there's other things too you can get. Other diseases that, okay, they're curable, but still you don't want to be what's that thing that certain women can get, the papa something, I don't know what it's, so, yes, now, as a grown woman, I would say wait until you're married. Okay. But obviously, especially in a free country, it's not going to happen. But I'm not saying I waited till I was married, but I would encourage you, if possible, wait until you're married. But knowing that's not going to happen usually. But, why don't we go back to a little bit of that? And, guys these days, I'm telling you, I'm seeing it from a perspective of an older woman. They'll swipe right, swipe right, swipe right. If she's not sleeping with me, okay, I'll sleep with her. It's gotten too, and maybe that's just how it is now, especially with the internet, how it's easy to meet people and you don't even have to go out and get, but the guy's got to make some effort. It's different for women. Women tend to generally have feelings for the gentleman, even if they're not madly in love. They'll have a connection of I'm not reading the chat. Okay. But biology does not change. Centuries and centuries of civilization, men generally don't feel love if you've given them sex too easily. They feel more, they value things that they have to work harder for, and that's just how it is. I mean, you think, oh, it's modern, it's different now. Men don't they don't maybe openly, but they do. And a man would prefer to have a woman for a long-term relationship that has not had too many partners. Now, of course, you're not going to be telling him, but if you have had a lot of partners, maybe don't let on, as much, but men can kind of tell that you've had experience, stuff. So, and I've been through everything. I've been through the virgin Puritan phase of my life where I said, I'm going to wait till I'm getting married, until I was like, oh, come on. This is the 1980s or the 1990s, 80s, 90s, around that time I was young. This is modern. What am I waiting until I'm married for? And then, maybe I wouldn't have waited until I was married, but I probably should have been more selective. And that comes with having a low self-esteem, and understanding how men manipulate women emotionally. They gripe on your insecurities. There's a whole trick. Look it up. Pickup artist courses. Women need to learn what men go to courses to learn how to pick up women, and they know the right words to say, and at least know what the man is doing when he's talking to you. There's gaslighting, there's negging, where they'll say something that's kind of a diss, but you don't quite catch that he's dissing you, and he's kind of hitting at your self-esteem so that you feel you got to. It's a whole, which as a grown woman, I learned about that pickup artist courses, and now I realize a lot of those techniques had been used on me, that I was clueless. I was kind of like thinking, oh, today's men don't judge it. So just don't be so naive. So if you are going to sleep with someone before marriage, don't be so naive. At least look it up. You can find a lot of you don't even have to take the course. You can Google it, pick up artist techniques or something like that, and it tell you a list of all the tricks men use. And I'm not dissing men, not all men are like that. Some men take the course because they need a little boost to their, I would suggest that if you're extremely, extremely insecure man with women, I would suggest, I don't know if you take the course, but I'm not saying the techniques are horrible, but it is horrible when you're using them, just to sleep with a woman. You don't care about her feelings. But it might not be a bad idea if you're a very insecure man that's got, no confidence with women. It might be helpful to you to learn a few of those little tricks, used within reason. It's not a bad thing, but used to the extreme, it's abusive. And unfortunately, I fell victim a couple of times to these pickup artist technique. I don't know if the men took the course, but they're little tricks that men use to, and you just have to know. It's a it's a game of confidence when you um, play the, I don't want to say play games, but both sides have to be aware, and unfortunately I was a little naive, and maybe I got a little too much of the Catholic thing where, oh, you stay until you're married and you'll be pure. And I kind of did fall into that whole Cinderella story thing when I was growing up, and my mother was sort of that way too, and she's not even religious, but now I wish I wouldn't have been so naive, and so thinking that and then I was getting older and I still wasn't finding a boyfriend, and I finally ended up sleeping with my first boyfriend who turned out to be a married man. But anyway, be a little wiser, ladies, so that you don't get me. And now I'm like this bitter old woman. I don't have a stable relationship. I have my friend up in Maryland, which, okay, it's not my dream, and I would like to get closer with him. I'm gonna have to work something out, because I do miss him a lot, and it's a nice companion after all. But I can't expect him to be sitting there waiting for me. I mean, if I'm here taking care of my mother, so I'm gonna have to, this year 2024, I'm gonna have to make some serious decisions of what I'm gonna do, or just be alone. And that's fine. At this age, I think I can handle it. I'm like, okay, I've lived all my life kind of. I was married for a while, and I didn't mean to get on this topic, so let's move on. Anyway, I was talking about Alexis. So let's watch one of her videos. I'll actually show you the video that made me really realize that there is a sistership with trans women, because while I realized they maybe, and that's the thing, like, some are trans women, really, truly trans women, and some are just people with a fetish that they dress like women because, there are all these degrees of there's cross-dressers, there's drag queens, which they're fun. Drag queens are fun, but they identify as male, but they like to dress in drag, and they're gay usually. And they get out their whatever their needs for their dysphoria or whatever, being drag queens, and they get it out that way. And some people truly are a woman, the soul of a woman in a man's body. And I think there's room for those truly transgender women, though. But anyway, I'll show you that video because it was rather disturbing. She was reacting to another video that was rather disturbing to me. And so I'll show that one first. Here we go. So let me find her first. So that one is, her name is Alexis Blake. She's a British trans woman. And I'm going to give you, by the way, speaking of, I think Ryan is a drag queen. I don't think we're going to end up doing the interview. I'm not sure quite what happened. I think he must have fallen asleep that day. But you know what I'm thinking? And Ryan, if you're listening to this, maybe all those questions that I sent you, if at some point you on your own, and there was one other question I had that I forgot. I was watching the other day. If I remember, I'll send it to you, Ryan, if you're listening or if you're watching this recording. On your own someday, you can just do just a video. You don't need an interviewer. You could you have the questions that I asked, and maybe other people can type you some, and then just do your own video. And I think you'll get a lot of views, because now I'm watching Ryan's channel on TikTok, and he's preparing for a drag show. He does this amazing makeup. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to give you his TikTok. And so he's in Belfast, and he's going to do a drag show on the 26th. I don't watch all of his videos all the time, but I will sometimes sporadically go in there and watch. And the makeup, though, the makeup videos, I don't know if he does tutorials, but he'll show what he's done. Just amazing. So he's going to be doing, and I guess his name is on TikTok, the name I just put in there, Priya Prestigious. I think that must be his name for his show name. Prestigious. I'm guessing all this stuff. Ryan, if you're listening, I'm just guessing off the top of my head that that's your name for Prestigious, because they have names that they have for their show. So yeah, and just tell your experience. And the other day I had a question that I couldn't remember. Anyway, let's find the video that I am talking about. Yes, see, transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney was named Woman of the Year. And she over here in America is very controversial. I actually like her. I didn't know she existed. I know she used to be a man who was on Broadway or something. She does, theater, and at some point transitioned. I like how, I guess she's so feminine, that she's more feminine than some women, and definitely some lesbian women. She's more of they're all women. I'm not saying lesbians are not women, the ones who identify as women. I'm not saying that, but sometimes you all are so aggressive and so pro-abortion. And I sometimes think lesbians really, the only way for you to get pregnant is if you're raped. There's really no other way for you to get pregnant. So your views on abortion, I don't think are, it's almost like you hate the baby, it's quite disturbing. And I don't know Dylan Mulvaney's views on abortion, but I just think that lesbians should not have so much of a say on abortion. And they seem to be the ones who are the loudest, the most masculine, women out there shouting pro-choice. You're not the ones getting pregnant accidentally. The only way you're getting pregnant is if you're raped, because you're not sleeping with men. So I kind of think you guys need to tone it down a little, because these are children that are being killed. And I'm sorry if I'm being aggressive to any lesbian who might be watching. I went to school with a lot of lesbians. I have no problem with homosexuality or anything, but trans men have, let's say, okay, they're physically women, but it's the same thing, trans women can't get pregnant. So you all kind of need to butt out too. I kind of think you need to leave it to the women who love children. Granted, pro-choice, but it's almost like you're pushing abortion rather than birth control, rather than contraception. Like, I don't know, you guys are just, you don't speak for all women when you're doing that. And then to belittle women who are trying to encourage life, let's say pro-life by force, okay, granted, you should never force a woman to stay pregnant, but please, I mean, don't, I don't know, I think we need to rethink our arguments on abortion, because they don't hold water anymore. We know I'm on abortion again. I'm sorry. And then let's watch the video. I'm sorry. I don't want to be one of those, it's not religious. And that's the thing. Oh, it's because I'm not that religious. I was against abortion before I found God, or against abortion as a form of birth control. And I don't want to. And the only argument they have back is, oh, you're a what did they call me? Some kind of religious fanatic or something, which it has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the killing of a child. And it is a child. At 16 weeks in uterus, a child reacts to stimulus, sound. That's a 16-week-old fetus, if you'll call it a fetus. It's a child. So you can't argue at least at 16 weeks. I mean, someone say, oh, well, the first, 6 weeks, 15 weeks, maybe at most, but you shouldn't be having abortions unless you were raped or unless your life is in danger. Anyway, I'm sticking with my views, and I'm sorry. I don't want to get political or whatever. I don't want to get controversial. Anyway, let's find her. Let's find. So here's the video that I really liked. And it's specifically on that topic of abortion. So, I mean, definitely, I want her in the women's crowd, especially if we can agree that, and there will be plenty of trans women who also think that abortion should be, and I'm not saying all trans women are going to think like me, but I'm welcoming trans women who agree with me on the abortion issue, because we need more people to be protecting those children. So I'm not a trans exclusionary, and I'm a feminist too. Women, we do have rights and all that, but we've got to try to get together. We can't be so divided. We're all women, and to treat me like I'm less than you because I want to save the life of a child, I'm tired of being treated that way by other women. And then some men, but I mean the ones leading those men to mistreat us that are at least pro-life would mean under any circumstance. I'm not in favor of that either, because you do have circumstances where abortion is necessary, but saving the life of the mother and etc. But okay, Alexis, forgot her name already. I'm glad I wrote it down. Blake. Alexis Blake. She's there. There's her channel. And then the one, now how do I find that video? I saw it earlier today. Let's see if I can find it. It was, and it's a pretty short video. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Alexis Blake on abortion. Maybe it'll pop up. Here we go. Yeah, it's an 8-minute video. And then there's a short one. I'll play the longer one because, I mean, I'll let you watch it. I'll stop talking. All right. So let me put it on there. Hang on a second. Let me go. Well, there's a short and then there's a long. All right. I'm going to first get myself off and share the screen. Hang on. Present. Share screen. Oh, one viewer. I lost everyone. See, I got to stay off of abortion. Darn. I lost everyone. Are you there, Desmond? Is that you? All right. Well, I'll share the screen. Alexis. Here she goes. Is she on there? Okay, there. I'm going to take myself off.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis and I am a transgender woman and I share my life and stories on social media. And welcome if you're new. I want to talk about this video because it is not sitting well with me at all. In fact, it's really bothering me. It's just really tearing down the trans community in one short video. We're going to watch it and I'm going to react to it and talk about it. I have seen a bit of it, but we're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to go into it. Let's just do it. Okay.
The first trans woman to have a successful uterus transplant, ovaries and eggs included. And I want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion.
I'm going to pause it right there and jump in with my opinion straight away. Okay, so to my knowledge, there has never been a successful uterus transplant. It's never been done. It's incredibly dangerous. One of the first people to medically transition the film Danish Girl, I don't know if you've seen it, that person didn't die because they had the... I don't want to go too into it. The first surgery was to change the genitalia from male to female. The second surgery was to put a uterus in. They died from the uterine transplant because their body rejected it. They got an infection and died. It is an incredibly risky and dangerous surgery, and why anyone would want it is beyond me. So first of all, it's a very dangerous surgery. So why this person would want it, I don't know. And the second bit.
The first trans woman to have an abortion.
No, 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 and no. Why? Just why? Before we go into what she says and all that about the abortion, before I delve into that, my question is why? If you are a trans woman and you successfully have a uterus transplanted into you with eggs and everything, and then you have the chance to carry your own baby, why would you then choose to get rid of it? What point is it proving? Is it for clout? Is it to be woke? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get what the point is to just put a life inside you and then rip it out straight away. That's so cruel and unfair. Right. Okay. We'll keep watching.
I will let a doctor who has successfully transplanted a uterine complex before cut the organs out of a willing, healthy, transmasculine donor.
The fact that she's reading this as well, like her eyes are down as she's talking. It's like it's a script that's been written up. Do you know what? This is going to sound really silly, but it's almost like an extreme transphobic person has crafted this to create a bad narrative. Genuinely, that's what it seems like to me.
I'm back on. Exactly. How are you going to win supporters? I mean, yeah, maybe that person, that wants to get the, maybe they think they're going to be winning the turfs back, because the trans exclusionary reactionary feminists, I don't remember what the R is for. There are a certain group of feminists that exclude trans women. They said, we're women, the feminists, but we don't want trans women in our movement. And then there are the others that do include women in the movement. Meg Rapinoe, as much as I can't stand her, she actually accepts trans women in the women's movement. And so she and I hate Meg Rapinoe, but we agree on that issue, that I think there is room, we got to find where to stick them. Let's say, I'm sorry, trans women who may be watching this at some point. I have one viewer now, but we definitely have room for trans women. They want to be women, or they are women. The ones who are legitimately women, though, because like I said, even that man, that person, the woman who says she wants a uterus transplant and then wants to have an abortion, I wonder if that's a trans, like I said, I wonder if he's a true trans woman or if he's someone with these weird fetishes that, So what I agree with her on this video. Okay, I stop talking. We'll keep listening.
Me, I know it's probably not, but that's what it's coming across as. Because for the other, what reason is this video created other than clout and to create a bad image for trans people? Oh, this video is not. No, I don't know. Anyway.
Place them in my body. I will devote myself, heart and soul, to their aftercare. I will have as much gay sex as it takes, with as many trans women as it takes, and let the transphobes and homophobes scratch their heads, wondering what to make of it. And I want to be the first trans woman to have an abortion.
See, I'm trying not to get angry. I'm really trying to keep calm and just be methodical and just give my opinion in a nice way. But this video is really getting under my skin. Let the transphobes and the homophobes scratch their heads. I mean, we're all scratching our heads. If I'm honest, as a trans woman, I'm like, what? Why? I don't get it. What point is it to prove? Looking at America.
Yeah, and now I'm reacting to that. You see, if anything, that is very manly. I'm the one who says he wants there I go. See, that trans woman, the one with the rose-colored glasses, that's the man coming out, wanting to control, and I'm going to control, and I'm going to make life, and I'm going to kill life if I want. Like he's playing, I keep calling her a he because the way that person is acting like a man, that I'm in charge and I decide and I do the, he wants to create and end life like as if he's God, she's God. See, I keep calling her a he because of the attitude. A woman, I don't know. I think that's what makes a woman and a man, they say, what is a woman? A woman recognizes the humanity of the child. One viewer, thank you for staying, whoever you are. I lost the other 3. I got to stay off of the abortion issue, but okay. If you want to see this video, I guess we don't have to keep watching. Why not be the first trans to actually have a baby instead of... Exactly. I mean, what is that? Is that person thinking that he's getting points with the TERFs? Oh, I'm going to score points with the TERFs because, the TERFs are the trans exclusionary, and maybe I keep wanting to call him a he, not to be disrespectful, but I keep forgetting that it's a woman because a woman does not... that it's a baby, that it's a human child, or never mind. It's sort of like to prove it's gone too far. I don't care if a man was born a man and is a woman internally and wants to change her body to suit her, that's all fine, but that doesn't mean you have to. I don't know. It's just gone too far. And I don't, like I said, I don't care if you're a woman or a man, or we've got to get back to some sort of semblance of humanity here. It's like you expect us to humanize people at war when you won't even humanize the child in your womb. And it's become an abortion thing again. I'm sorry, but I know that other trans women feel the same way as I do and the same way as Alexis Blake does. And you are welcome into my community if that's how you're welcome anyway. If you are truly a trans woman, you don't have to decide. You can think how you want. You have the freedom of, but number one, I think on abortion, since you cannot, until today at least, you cannot get pregnant, you really have only so much to say about abortion. And whether you're for or against it, they say men have to butt out. Well, I don't think men should butt out of the abortion argument. I think men are welcome to discuss abortion, whether you're for or against it, but with recognizing that the ultimate choice is the woman's choice and all that. But let's get back to some semblance of humanity. Like I said, if you can't humanize a child in the womb, you really have no say in how we treat animals or how we treat people at war or whatever. Yeah, I'm getting angry. See, she's better at it. Alexis Blake, I keep forgetting her last name. She's better at keeping calm than I am. I start to get all angry when I discuss abortion. And if you are a trans woman and someday are blessed to be able to carry a child, exactly, why would you abort it? Unless, of course, there's a problem with the child. It's very, very, even, and I take that lightly because they say, oh, the child is very deformed or has Down syndrome. Okay, granted, again, it's the woman's choice. But a child that's imperfect, does that mean that child has less rights to live? A child with Down syndrome or with some other, a child with Down syndrome is still a human being. And some people abort, has Down syndrome, let's get rid of it. Like it's a thing. It's still a human being. Like my little dog is still a dog. Just because she's got hydrocephaly and she's been mean to me all the time. Now she's calm. Maybe I'll let her out soon. She's not asking to get out. But, if I get, I lost all my viewers because I'm on the abortion issue again. I really should stay. Yeah, that or like she's saying, that that person, whoever the other person was with the rose glasses, it's almost like they're trying to give trans women a bad name. It's like it's a shill trying to make trans women look bad by doing that. You know, it's just sick. You know, and leave them scratching their heads. Yeah, just to get, yeah. And obviously, now something like that is long away. They haven't even done a successful uterus transplant, much less a pregnant trans woman. But yeah, they're doing it to get us worked up, and it is getting us thinking. So the day that it arises, we have to. It will happen someday. I'm convinced. Maybe not in our lifetime, but someday it will happen that a trans woman will get a successful uterus transplant and will get pregnant. But and I have as much gay sex as I want, and yeah, obviously it's all science fiction so far. So you're right, getting us riled up, but it's getting us thinking about it. So by the time it does actually happen, we'll be prepared with some sort of a response to that. But it's certainly not making trans women look more appealing. Even I would dare say to a feminist who's pro-choice, it even, I would say, looks bad to them too, because you know, I don't know. There's a big wave of change has come already in the feminist movement. First of all, to say, you know, there's this. I'm on abortion again, so all right. I'm gonna try to end it quick though. To say today, like back in 1970 something, whenever Roe v. Wade, the first thing got passed and the woman had her abortion, back then we didn't have the science that we have today, the studies that we've done on the babies in the womb. You know, we have more proof of humanity, not less, than we did in the 1970s. So if anything, the babies, they say, oh, I can't believe we're still arguing about this. Well, we're arguing about it because we have more and more proof that the child in your womb is human, is a human being. And definitely it's a life. All right, I gotta stop because people get turned off by the abortion argument. So anyway, she's adorable. Here's the link to this particular video. Oops, wait a minute, let me get the video. Here's the link. If you want to watch it on your own, go ahead and do it. I'm gonna get off of that. Yeah, maybe the person who said that, I don't know who it is. Maybe it's a YouTuber, is some sort of shill that just wants to make trans women in general look bad. I mean, the TERFs already don't want them in the so that even a TERF would use that as an argument against trans people. And I like it. I would love for Alexis Blake, I'd love for her to be in the sisterhood, in quotes. I don't feel a sisterhood with a lot of women lately. When I was younger, maybe I did. But no, I've always had bad experiences with women, generally, as friends. You know, I have a few good friends from college, I'm not saying, but you know, on YouTube, there are a lot of nice women, but probably, you know what, I'm not the easiest person to get along with either. So, you know, probably if we were friends in real life, some of the people who like me on YouTube might not like me in real life if they had to be with me all the time. Or trying to get clicks. Yeah, it could be just trying to get clicks. That's true, because we are watching the video. I mean, I'm watching her video. It could be. Just say something shocking to get us to click. That's true. I need to calm down too. That's very possible. Anyway, there's the, oh, did I put the link in here? Oh, I did. There's the link. Oh, no, I didn't. Did I put the link in there? Let me put it in there. Wait, 327 seconds. Oh, I started it later in the video. It's starting at second 327 seconds, but you'll have to rewind it when you get to it. So, all right, so that's her. So that's Alexis Blake. Then Dylan Mulvaney, some of you know, he did the Bud Light commercial. He did a tampon commercial, which I have seen a few videos of Dylan Mulvaney. I like her. I mean, she's very feminine. she's a little bit catty. She said, "Oh, I'm not going to steal your husband," because one time, but I think she just did that because she knew she had some haters. Because she got herself very feminized, so she did look really good in that video anyway. And she said, "I promise I will not steal your husband." She's looking at it. Actually, let's find that video, because I actually thought that video was kind of funny. And let's see, let's find her video now. Dylan Mulvaney, "I will not steal your husband. I would not do that to you. I will not steal your husband," she said. Like I'm so beautiful, but I promise you, we're sisters. I won't steal your husband. But let me see. Dylan Mulvaney, "I won't steal your husband. I won't steal your husband" video. I hope it pops up. Yeah, here it is. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, here we go. And she does look really pretty in this video. She's already had a lot of, procedures done. Let me share that. Hang on a second. Present. Oh, I'm so sorry. I lost my viewers. I got to stay off the abortion argument. Dylan McVaney. Okay. Oops.
It's day 335 of being a girl, and I wanted to go on record to say that this might be the hottest I've ever looked and will ever look in my lifetime. And I'm making this video so that in thousands of years, there will be evidence. Is it the dress? It could be the dress. Is it the makeup? Or is it the hair? Because I think it's the extensions. And when I have extensions in, I don't know my name. I don't know where I live. I just know that I love these. And I know that I look like I could steal a husband, but I want to promise you, look me in the eyes. I want to promise you that I would never do that to you. Okay, I am a girl's girl and I love ya. Woo! But seriously, this is good, right? Okay. Love you. Okay. It's day 335 of being a girl. And
so that's her. Who she gets a lot of hate. I don't know. I don't dislike her. She's feminine, and she tries to be. She's trying to make friends. Like, I see her as the kind of, in quotes, weird girl that's trying to make friends, and everybody's being mean to her, but she's being really sweet. That's how I view her. And then sometimes she got a little catty because, with all the hate she gets, I mean, of course, you eventually start fighting back. But, so I think there are other trans people, like the one that said she wants to get a uterus transplant and then abort the baby. That's the one. Those are the ones who need to be getting the hate, I think. But, she's a nice girl. So that's her. And then another one. Oh, here, the link to that one. Oh, can I get a link to that one? Oh, oops. Yeah. Hang on. Copy the link. Okay. Oops, it's on there. Okay. This is the Dylan McVaney, the one we just watched. That's that video. And then who else? Okay, the next one, Blair White. She's extremely conservative. She's a trans woman, gorgeous. She's, done. And these are all people who have transitioned as an adult, which I understand. Sometimes if you're a slight man, like a more slender man, it's easier to become very feminine, transitioning as an adult. But some men go through puberty. Trans women have gone through puberty as a man. It might be harder for them to become more feminine. But I still think they need to wait till they're at least 21 or 18, definitely to do the big chop, definitely wait. Women and men, wait until after, But those hormone blockers are not as reversible as they claim, especially for the women. I think maybe for the men, it's more if you stop taking them, you go back to being a man. But I think for women, it's less reversible. There's certain changes that don't go back. Blair White. She's super ultra conservative. She's got guns, you know, legal guns. Just all. And there's a lesbian. I guess I could tell you about her too. She's not a trans, she's an actual lesbian, but she's friendly with, she's also a conservative lesbian. So, you know, there's all you, that's what I mean. Just because you're gay or a trans doesn't mean you have to be, you can have views that are conservative and still be for equal rights. And just because you're a conservative doesn't mean you're against, you know, it's, people have to stop deciding, oh, you're this and you're this. You know, there are people, most of us have overlapping views. I'm a conservative that loves trans women that are feminine, or who try to be feminine. I kind of get angry with the lesbians sometimes because I kind of feel like, you know, they're men, they're manly, they're tomboys, but they're not. Sometimes a trans woman would understand me better than a lesbian would, or does. I have lesbian friends from college that don't. I think trans women could be the perfect liaison between lesbians and feminine women sometimes. Sometimes I feel lesbians are competing with men, you know, because they want the, you know, there's a lot of things that are unspoken, you know, between. All right, Blair White. Let's find her. Blair White. Blair White. Actually, I wonder if she has a more recent. Let's see if I can find a short one. Blair White. This is her channel. And she's very critical of some things about the trans community. It's important to be critical of your own community. You know, the truth about my trans debate train wreck. Yeah, there was a debate between conservative trans women and liberal trans women. And, you know, there are different views. And actually, Buck Angel is a trans man. And I always said, oh, I would never date a trans man. And Buck Angel, I believe, has a girlfriend. But if I were ever going to date a trans man, I might consider dating Buck Angel. I think when push comes to shove, it wouldn't work because, you know, he is trans. That would be the reason. But I could see myself like not a bar at this age, but like being somewhere and talking and actually if I would not know that he is a woman, biologically female, and and even if the parts were operated on, he didn't have bottom surgery, but even if he did, I still don't think I could. I just, you know, anyway. Yeah, maybe I'm closed-minded, but definitely I find him attractive. Like I had that little thing like, oh, he's not really a man. I mean, he is a man, but you know, my psychology is like, he's not really a man, you know, so I still wouldn't be able to go through with dating him really in real life. But if ever I were, he would be one that I would consider dating. You know, he's very masculine, he's manly. He speaks a little bit like a gay man sometimes, you know, but no, he's masculine enough for my taste that he probably wouldn't look at me twice anyway. I'm not his type probably, but all right. So anyway, let's find a short Blair White. Well, here's her channel. I mean, there's just in general. She's very critical of Jazz Jennings, and I'm not. I think Jazz Jennings is one of the legitimate, and that's the problem. Jazz Jennings is the little girl who transitioned from very young, like 2 or 3 years old. Not she transitioned with hormones and all later, but she did the puberty blocker. I think it, and even now, some are saying, other people who have watched are saying she's starting to sound like she might be confused about it now, and that maybe she was just a gay man. Some are saying that, I don't know. But I think that Jazz Jennings is one of the legitimate, truly transgender children that exist. But I think now, because she got so famous and she is a role model to other truly transgender children, she's also, maybe other kids see her and admire her and they're thinking they're trans too when they're not. They may just be gay girls or gay boys. So I'm not going to pick that one. So that I'm not in favor of her. Anyway, I don't have a particular one. You could just look her up. Her name's Blair White, and just pick your poison. Pick whichever video you'd like to see. I still only have one viewer. I really alienated you all. In California, you have to be 18 to use a tanning bed. Just saying, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, to drink, to do other things, even to have consensual sex. I don't know what the age is, but I don't know. And it's a business now too. Doctors will push, just like doctors will push any other medications for money. He's trans. They're saying that they're walking in. They're not even really questioning. Oh, you want testosterone? And they're underage. They don't have to tell their parents in some states. I think trans people exist and they do deserve to have coverage, even health coverage, if they're true, health care. But it's not right what's happening now. And then you have the pedophiles getting in there, because I'm not saying trans people or gay people are pedophiles, but it's easy for pedophiles to slip into that whole thing now, and grooming, children into believing that they're another sex, to manipulate whatever fetishes they might have. That's not the majority, I believe. I think the majority are just misguided people and a few legitimate trans people, but there are so few truly transgender people. There's not even that many gay people in the grand number, and there's even less trans people, and they deserve rights and all that, but it's just, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm glad to see, it is relief to me to see that some trans people are critical. Everyone has to be critical of their own community. Whatever community you belong to, be open-minded to criticize the parts of it that are not right, that need to be adjusted, and admit certain things. But anyway, transitioning requires medical care for life, which is likely why doctors are pushing it. Yeah, it's a whole business now. And then the operations, and sometimes they have to be redone. It's a very complicated operation, the bottom surgery, for both sexes, but particularly for the trans women. It's extremely complicated, and it's something that needs constant care forever. Yeah, it's not something that, but I'm talking to one person here, and that's fine. I'm not saying, but I'm sorry I alienated the other people because I got onto anyway, did I tell you? Okay, so that's Blair White. Priya Steges. Okay, this is Ryan. I already posted him, but that's Ryan. He's one of my followers, and I follow him too. On TikTok, Ryan, and he does excellent. Ryan's channel on TikTok is that. And let's do, now this is a lesbian girl. Her name is Ariella. What is her name? Ariella Scarcella. She is a conservative lesbian. Here's one. I'll show you this one. It's a silly girl. Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. Okay. she is reacting to a video of a woman who identifies as a he, who looks like a woman. She's even got her hair curled. She's got makeup on. She looks like a woman. And the woman got upset that she was misgendered. But you look like a woman. So, come on, guys. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, here we go. I'll show you this one now. I say, come on, guys. I don't know who I'm talking to. Share the screen. So let's do this one. There we go. Okay, we're going to play. Is it this one? Is that what you're seeing? Okay. Oh, let me get off the screen here.
Like to believe. Maybe you can't earn a good living because you studied queer theory in college. And honestly,
and in order to afford my medical care, I need at least another 1,000. You could just share my shop or just donate anything that you can. That would be really great. I don't know what else to do.
when someone doesn't know the difference between gay and queer, I want you to show them this video. Gays and lesbians stood up and fought for their rights. We didn't whine about it on TikTok for pity donations and pity likes. Also, remember the activist that told you to help trans people by doing their chores for them? This is that person. So no, it's not just a one-off where this person had a really horrible day. This person does this on a daily basis. More and more queer activists are whining on camera because things simply didn't go their way. And of course, I am not one, let's be clear, I am not one to say that crying makes you weak. Doesn't. But you know what does? Expecting your issues to fall on the responsibility of others. Taking no responsibility for your own life or actions. Maybe, just maybe, the world isn't as transphobic, racist, misogynist, whatever as you'd like to believe. Maybe you can't earn a good living because you studied queer theory in college. And honestly, people are absolutely over that dumb ass.
Honestly, don't know what to do, but like, there was like a really bad experience. Basically, I was just getting a drink at the bar, and they called both Azul and I ladies. After they were done making the drink, I went up and I was like, some people don't refer to themselves as ladies, but it's okay that you didn't know. And in a gay bar, so we should feel safe. Too bad, turned it around. They got so mad at me.
Again, when somebody does not know the difference between gay and queer, show them this video. Gays and lesbians get misgendered all the time. Drag queens, super butch lesbians, straight up looking like dudes, almost never get upset when somebody misgenders them. They know that they're walking out into the world looking super masked. Why don't we get upset about it? Maybe because we're not narcissists. Homosexuality is not an ideology.
They got so mad at me, and they took the drink away from my wife and I. He hit the bar, like, because he was like, are you serious? You're doing the same thing to me. How? And then they kicked us out.
The gays are over this woke shit. I mean, we've been over it since the queer activists started telling us that we were bigoted for simply wanting a specific genitalia, that we're horrible people simply for seeing what's reality right in front of us. You look like two women, you're gonna probably be called such. It's just how the world works. If you think this person looks familiar, it is because you are right. They have an entire TikTok account where they call themselves the lesbian Snow White, and they are the one that constantly, I think it's like a video a week, just on pronouns, probably more, like fairy self, bug self pronouns. So, not surprised that the gays kicked her out. Don't limit my speech in my business. Don't make up all this crazy shit making actual gay people look bad and then expect us to not be pissed off about it.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. Like, how am I supposed to feel? This was the first time that I've like told somebody. I felt brave enough to tell somebody my identity. I just wanted to let him know, and I told him it's okay that you didn't know.
First of all, you call yourself the lesbian Snow White. You call your wife. Both of you are female. At least one of you is fully presenting as a woman. So why are you not going by lady? The rules are just constantly changing. We've been over it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So it's not just, they say, oh, you're transphobic. Even the gays themselves are realizing, or gay, or the LGBT, there are people critical of, exactly, the woman, she looks like a lady, and she got upset. Okay, my dog's barking because I'm getting excited. She looked like a lady, and she got upset that she was called a lady, and then people are over it. Okay, I'll get my baby girl. Are you going to be nice to mommy? Are you going to be nice to mommy? Be nice to mommy. No attack. And then later we'll have some din din. Okay, it looks like she's going to be a good girl. I don't know for how long. She heard mommy yelling. So, all right, you being a good girl? Here she is. She's being a good girl. Anyway, so that's Ariella. I won't play the whole thing, but if you like her, you know, so that we can all start understanding each other a little better, you know. This isn't to cause division. On the contrary, I'm hoping this will help. How do I hang on a sec? Ariella. Oh, all right. Well, that's that video. Hang on a second here. Share. How do I get the link? Okay, copy the link. Okay, that's that video. Ariella, she's a conservative lesbian. And then Buck Angel we saw the other day. But there are a lot. That's why on YouTube you have a lot of people. Oh, and then this is a lady, Mo Millions. She's on TikTok. She's interesting because you'd think she'd identify as a man because but she identifies as a woman. But she talks and acts like a man. She looks like a very, very masculine woman. You could tell she's a woman biologically. I'll find her. That's her name on TikTok. Actually, let's pull her up here. TikTok.com. And she gives advice. She used to be addicted to drugs. And I really like her. I follow her because she reaches people. She's like a street pastor. She reminds me of one of the, she doesn't talk about God and all that, but it's like one of those people that's lived on the streets and had a tough life and then fixes their life, but they've got that edge left over. Mo Millions. Hang on a second. Let's find her. Mo Millions. And she's funny. And I know she's reaching people. Here, let's pick just one at random. And I don't know if she's black. I think she's white, but she acts very black. Oh, it looks like she's doing a movie. She acts like a black man, but she's a white woman, or she looks like she's a white woman. She wears her hair in cornrows sometimes. 9 times. Let's see. Let's find a good one. I don't know. Let your tattoos become your motivation. I haven't watched that one. Let me see that one. All right, that's that. Let me share the screen here. Still only one person. All right. I got to not talk about abortion anymore. You all are sick of me talking about it. I have the same viewers. So, all right, there. Here she is. Okay, let's watch this one. Are you guys seeing her? Okay. Oh, let me get off the screen.
Now I ain't gonna get a job. Shit. Walmart and Burger King and shit like that's not gonna accept these tattoos on my face. I guess I gotta get a career. Shit. I guess I gotta own my own business or become an entrepreneur. Be a boss or some shit. I guess I'll get a career. What's the difference between a career and a job? Oh, a job is something I gotta go to. A career is something I wanna go to. Oh, damn.
That actually wasn't one of her best ones. She does other where she gives advice. Okay, this one sounds, let me see. I Heard You Was Supermax. Duet with Mo Millions.
Yeah. Clear enough for you.
No, that's not one. Anyway, this one is kind of a conspiracy. I'm on there. This one where she's talking about organ snatching, which is happening, but I believe. But she's kind of scaring her viewers into sticking to the right path. Which isn't a bad thing. Like a lot of her videos are like that. Like, since she is an ex, or she's not an ex, she's a recovering addict, which means, you're never cured, but she's been clean for about 3 years. So she's got advice to give to people, So I could see her as a street pastor, and I think she has mentioned God once or twice, but it's not like her thing. She's not like a God, but she's kind of like a street pastor. That's how I see her, a street pastor, but on TikTok. But all right, let's try that.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. Y'all been asking me, how do I know about organ donation? I don't know shit about organ donation. I know a lot about snatching organs. There's a difference. Do you want to save your child? It ain't us in the ghetto, and it ain't wealthy kids. Who's in high demand is the children in the suburbs, 16 years to 19 years old. And if you one of them, listen up, that meets this category. Are you in back of your room right now on the internet doing fucking nothing? I've been trying to speak to y'all on this app and on my platforms for a while, but y'all not hearing me. There are rich, wealthy people right now that see your name, that you are on a list, and they give the scumbags that look just like me from the hood to come snatch your little ass up. Don't ask me how I know. Your mama and daddy have been paying for your good food, your good checkups, your good eyeballs. They've been giving you great credit, a great name. They've been working check to check. They ain't got no money for real. They keeping up with the Joneses and keeping your ass in sports that you ain't even gonna go nowhere at. You won't even go to college for real and get a real education. So it is real, wealthy, rich people, for real wealthy, that think you are worthless alive. You are wasting space, wasting the economy, wasted. They really talk like this. I know this shit ain't believable, but it is true. Please take it from me. You are priceless, dead to them. Even your index finger and your thumb are worth $375 on the black market. Human trafficking is a real thing, and it ain't about them fucking movies where the people are getting holed out and on drugs. No. It's about the suburb child, 16 or 19 years old, that's sitting in a motherfucking room. It's rich white people eradicating, if that's the right word, you motherfuckers out. Get up. Go do something. Get off of the internet so your name can get off the internet. Suburb parents, I know you really love your kids and you want to do everything for them. Farmers say you're fattening up that pig for slaughter. Make them go do something with that great health, great name, and great social security number, please.
Okay. Well, so that's basically it. I alienated everyone because of my little abortion rant. I should cut that out. Mo Millions, that's another one that I watch. So I think she's a lesbian. I don't know. I haven't seen the video where she specifies, but I believe she must be a lesbian. And see, I can't tell if she has some black in her or if she's just she's a white woman that's hung around a lot of black people. because she speaks almost like she's a black person, and she got the braids, and so. But I view her as a man almost. I know she's a woman. She probably identifies as a woman, but I see her more of a man than I would see Alexis Blake. I keep forgetting her last name. Alexis Blake, I view her as a woman, and Mo Millions, I view her as a man. There's a spectrum, I guess. But anyway, we'll get it right. But, let's not judge the transgender in one big, everybody's a human being. You got to take people one by one and not just be, it is transphobic when you don't know. I was a little bit, and then I said, okay, I'm going to start learning about it. You have YouTube, so go into whatever you're afraid of. That's what you got to find on YouTube and start watching and seeing all the different perspectives. And then you realize, oh, they're just like regular people, that some are conservative, some are this, some are that, and it becomes less scary. Whatever you're afraid of. If you're afraid of black people, watch some, get involved in it's safe because you're at home and you don't even have to comment. You could just watch the black YouTubers, even the ones that are, the scary ones that are usually the ones that we would call from the hood. I don't mean that disrespectful. Or if you're afraid of transgender, then watch. If anything, maybe it'll make you more scared of them. Or maybe you'll realize, oh, there is some transgender that think, like Alexis Blake and I think the same on abortion, probably. I mean, she didn't give her final views, but, we agreed. So I say, oh, you see. Anyway, that's how I do it. Now that we can meet people from everywhere, from different countries. I don't know Arabic, but I have gone to, because I am a little Islamophobic. I am. I don't know many Muslims. I met a few in my life, and they were nice, but maybe I need to go to, but I don't understand Arabic, and the real Muslims are not the ones that speak English. I want to understand the ones that are very, enclosed in their culture. I can only maybe watch some that can speak English, and so, but anyway, unfortunately, the parts of the world that we're most afraid of aren't allowed to have internet. Iran, Palestine, there's no internet over there, I believe. Well, especially not now. North Korea, they don't have access, at least they might have internet, but they don't have access to the general population. South Korea does. All right. Well, bye, guys. Thanks for coming. It got a little long. Oh, when's the next gum snapping video? I know. I should do one, especially since I need the money. I should do a gum snapping while I'm playing a game. Like I should get the nails done and tap on my phone some game and do the gum snapping, because that's very triggering. But yeah, the reason I came over to this channel, because I was kind of getting out of the habit of but the gum snapping, what little I have left for the capacity to gum snap, I can only do it on this side now. I never regained the capacity on this side after my last dental fix. Yeah, I gotta do one. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, it's so belittling. I have to snap gum to make money, but it's not the worst thing in the world, Or I could flip through a magazine and snap gum and not even talk or talk softly. Maybe I'll do a soft spoken, but not on camera. Like tonight when I'm really sleepy, that's when it's best. I'm very sleepy. I speak softly because it's like I'm running out of energy. So maybe that's when I'll do it. So there's people that do mukbang and make millions. I know. Yeah, I don't think I could bring myself to do mukbang, but the gum snapping is not that bad. I don't like to eat on camera. I just feel a little bit embarrassed. But yeah, people are making a lot of money on YouTube. I don't stick to it because I don't have to. If I were starving, I didn't have a roof over my head, then probably I would stick to it. I'm a little bit too, I'm not saying I'm living comfortably, but you know, I have food and I have a roof, so what else do you need, really? And I'm not, you know, I don't care much about material stuff, but so I really don't need a lot of money to live. So that's probably why I'm not inspired also. But I do want to do something just to feel, you know. All right. Yeah, gum snapping is not that hard. I should just do it. You know, 1 or 2 videos. All right. Oh, I'm getting sleepy and I got to feed my baby girl, my dog. So thanks for coming, everyone. I'm sorry I got on the abortion topic again. I'm going to stay. This is the last time I'm going to talk about abortion. I spent like 15 minutes again on abortion. When you all already know my views, I don't have to repeat it every time, but it's constantly on my mind. So, all right, because I'm obsessive compulsive. See you. I'm going to go. I'm going to go feed the dog and probably take a nap. I'm getting sleepy. Bye, everybody. Bye.